Well, this Saturday marks 75 years since the Texas City disaster when a fire aboard a ship set off a series of explosions. Nearly 600 people died, making it the worst industrial accident in U.S. history. Well, a survivor has now written a book detailing that tragic day. Fox 26 photojournalist Darlene Janik-Ferris with this story tonight.
This was the worst man-made disaster in the history of the United States. I have written a book about it, but I've chosen to write a fictional book because I wanted to try to capture the emotional impact that the explosion had on the small town and on the people in the town.
Steve shouted at the ship's captain, jabbing his chest with a finger. The fire chief knew that he no longer controlled the fire. He knew that the fires burned with a will of their own.
I created some fictional characters, but the facts of the explosion are accurate. On the 16th of April 1947, there was a ship in the dock called the SS Grand Camp, and it was being loaded with ammonium nitrate, a fertilizer. Around 8 o'clock in the morning, a stevedore noticed smoke rising between stacks of the fertilizer. The ship exploded at 9:12. This was a supersonic explosion. This explosion had a force of 1,500 to 2,500 mile per hour winds. I walked to school to Danforth Elementary. I'm sitting in the classroom. I didn't hear a sound, but I did look to my left, and I saw a whiteness coming at me like someone had taken a water bucket and thrown it like this. It was flying across the room, and it was shards of glass from all the windows on the side. All storage tanks were exploding, and I could feel the percussion on my body, and I could feel the heat roll over me as it waved. I mean, you know, the images are still there, the feeling is still there. It doesn't leave you. Those kind of seminal events are just seared into your brain. But the real story about the whole experience was how the people of Texas City found their courage to rebuild. So we realized that compassion is what moves us forward, I think, as a human race. And so if we can hear these stories, find that compassion and kindness in ourselves, I hope that works that way.
And a memorial service marking 75 years since the disaster will take place at Memorial Park in Texas City this Saturday at 9 a.m.